am really excited to be here with my good friend Sarah Burgess. Say hi, Sarah.
Um,
And we both know that you are all looking so forward to the interview with Sarah that we promised a couple of weeks ago. But as you know, I came on and delivered the message that Sarah wasn't well. And then, oh, Sarah, it's just really gone through your household, eh? You weren't well, and then
mhm.
dad wasn't well, and then mom. So we're just waiting for that recovery because we really want to be able to do this in person. One, it'll give Sarah and I a chance to get together, which we love to do. And then two, of course, we think it'll be so much more personal for all of you too. Just to see Sarah in action and when we're all together. But in anticipation of when we can do that, Sarah and I thought that we would get together here on Zoom and provide you with this little clip of a little bit of what you can look forward to when we actually do meet. For those of you who may not recall, if you didn't see the short that we sent out before or the prelude video, that Sarah is actually, gosh, Sarah, you are 36, you informed me of yesterday, and looking amazing. But at 13 years old, Sarah actually,
Mm-mm,
sorry,
mm-mm,
you're not 36, not 13, at 12.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
That's all right. Sarah's going to let me know. You correct me. Sarah and I have a lot of fun because she's normally having to correct me on things, and I'm really glad that she does. She is, yeah, she keeps me in line. Were you putting it in the chat, Sarah? Or, oh,
Mhm,
okay. Yeah. Oh, did I say 33? Oh my gosh.
mhm.
I meant 36. I meant 36. So thank you, Sarah. Yeah, see that gesture that Sarah always does for me too? So kind. So yes, Sarah is 36, but at 13, Sarah was struck by a train. And that's an incredible thing for somebody to go through, of course, to say the least. And here she is to talk about it and tell us a little bit about herself. So, as you can see, or as you will see, Sarah actually uses an iPad for communication, which is really kind of neat and has allowed her to do that. And I'm just looking at some of my notes here, Sarah, so we can get started. Um,
Mhm.
so, so Sarah, you, as we mentioned, you use an iPad for a speech program and stuff. And so tell us a little bit about this. Were you able to use this right after the accident? And what was your communication like?
Light Rider Dynavox in rehab. Then I came home, and after trying a couple including an updated Light Rider, I didn't get my iPad until I was about 20 years old. I don't remember the names of all the devices I've tried over the years. Light Rider Dynavox in rehab.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, you've tried lots of different things. And then I know there was a little bit more to the answer that you had there.
Mhm.
So yeah, you can play that whenever you are ready to.
I'd After the accident, I didn't communicate until a couple months after once I arrived at Bloorview in Toronto. Not being able to communicate was extremely frustrating for me the first couple months after waking up from my coma while I was in the street. Catherine's General Hospital and McMaster Hospital. I was very agitated because of this, as I'm sure you can understand. I would spend MY with dialysis days doing sit-ups, although my friends would come visit me then. They would only add to my reasons for rehabilitating. When I went to Toronto for rehab, I was able to come home every weekend eventually, as my friends were unable to come the distance to see me. I made friends in Toronto, so I didn't mind. Ashley and Candace were the main two girls who I met while in Bloorview Macmillan Rehab. I met other people as well over the 9 months I was there. Being the social butterfly I am, I would even go visit friends in their rooms.
Yeah, that's awesome, Sarah. I could totally see that about you, and I'm sure that when we have the the big interview, hopefully we'll learn more about that. And that's, as you're saying, like your relationships, your friendships, those things really helped you because you are such a people person, right? You love
Mhm.
being around people. You and I have discussed that a lot, that like uh one of our goals is to get you into the largest crowd. Well, you love going to concerts too, and we'll hear more about
Mhm.
that. But just you would have no problem being like in the largest crowd and just having people moving in and out and all over the place, right? You love that.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Well, another thing, well, thank you, Sarah, for telling us that. That just gives us such a snippet into your world. And another thing that you were have been really excited about is we had the chance to have my sister and her husband helped get your poetry onto t-shirts, which is something we want
Mhm.
to be able to reveal at the actual real interview. It's a really exciting
Mhm.
thing for Sarah because you will get to learn more about her poetry. And I don't want to give too much of that away, other than the fact that she's a poet, and this has now been put on a T-shirt for her. And we're actually hoping maybe that Sarah can sell some of these shirts because she has a big dream. But I don't want to give that dream away just yet, Sarah. I want to hold that
Mhm.
back too, and hopefully you guys will tune in and hear what Sarah's dream is, because
Mhm.
it's a good one. And so, how do you feel, Sarah, about knowing now that your poetry is on these t-shirts?
Mhm.
It's awesome, eh? It's really cool. I know
Mhm.
you're so grateful that um, we were able to get that done for you. That's
Mhm.
awesome. But I know you had a kind of a neat reply um, when you shared some of your answers with me.
Mhm. Mhm.
My name has been on t-shirts previously, as my community had made some after my accident to help raise money for the expenses, but to have my words on a shirt is something else.
Mm,
Kinda cool, eh?
very cool.
Mhm.
Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt.
Pardon the pun. Pardon the pun, right? Been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. All right,
Mhm.
awesome. That's so cool. And I am really intrigued. I'm looking forward to hearing more about your community rallying together too. So we'll make sure that we get some questions in about that. And what I'd like to say now is that as you're watching this, if there are any questions that you have for Sarah, things that you'd really like to know in the interview, definitely leave them in the comments so we can include those. Try to get some more questions for her.
I can hardly wait for the interview. I'd like to thank everyone for waiting for this interview to actually happen.
Mhm.
Although I'm hoping that you are able to understand.
Oh yeah, everyone I'm sure will understand. Everybody, it's that time of season, right? That time of year. If we're
Mhm.
not dealing with COVID, we're dealing with other illnesses and things. So yeah, and I'm sure
Mhm.
everybody's just glad that you're doing well and your family's on the mend. And Sarah, we also talked a little bit about what you might like people to learn from your story and who you are, and what was your response to that?
I'm hoping people will learn something. Hahaha, I believe you can learn something from everything you do.
It's awesome. I totally agree. Well, you know what, Sarah? I can honestly say that what I've learned from you already is lessons in optimism, in perseverance, right? And just a real like motivation and a real go-getter spirit, because that's exactly what Sarah's like. And I think Sarah would even tell you that she probably gets a lot of that from her mom. And her and her mom are very close. And so I think that's been really critical in Sarah's healing too, as well as your dad. I know he's a very special guy in your life too. Everybody has played a significant role. And so I am so excited, Sarah. I'm so grateful that you're willing to share your story, and that you always want to do that. You're just like, yep, here I am, and I'm available. So I really appreciate that. And I know everyone else will too. And I thank you for taking the time today to talk with us. And I think our in-person interview will be a lot of fun. So thank you for joining us. Please leave some questions down below, right? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss Sarah's interview, which we are hoping, I would say our plan, we can make a plan, but then we'll see in the next week or two, depending on our schedules and everybody's health. But that's what we're hoping for. And I think it will be well worth the wait. So thank you, everyone. All right. Say bye, Sarah. See you later. So I just want to stop recording now. Here we go.